Trouble in Paradise. We back with another one, and this story comes out of Hawaii. Now, surely there can't be any racism in Hawaii, is there? Of course there is. Let's get into it. You're nothing. Hawaii black cop was belittled and racially bullied by colleagues, leading to 4 officers arrested, 9 others placed on paid leave. Why do you get a paid vacation for doing wrong? They need to stop that. No paid leave. No, stop paying these people when they fucking up. Pardon my language. I just hate seeing that. They do something wrong and their punishment is paid leave. The fuck out of here, man. Pardon my language, y'all. I get upset every time I hear that paid leave. This story is by A.L. Lee, published on July 1st, 2024, Atlantic Black Star. The Hawaii Department of Law Enforcement is investigating multiple cases of alleged harassment involving racism and treachery within its own ranks. Treachery? My goodness. That's the first time I heard that word mentioned when you're talking about police misconduct. Treachery. That's a good word. Which targeted a black officer and led to the recent arrest of 4 sheriff's deputies. Another 9 officers have been placed on paid administrative leave and could face further discipline. The alleged incidents involve repeated harassment and racially insensitive comments made during field exercises where 56-year-old Martin Horton, a black officer in training, was subjected to insults about his supposed preferences for fried chicken among verbal abuse. Man, fuck what they talking about. Fried chicken good. And if they don't like fried chicken, it's because they ass don't know how to cook it like us. The scandal came to light in late June as authorities announced the arrest of Deputy Sheriff William Keehee, 40, for reckless endangering and harassment, Sergeant Eric Matamura, 40, and Deputy Sheriff Alvin Turla, 47, who are both supervisors, for harassment related to racial misconduct, and Deputy Sheriff William Gary, 46, for additional harassment charges. The 4 arrests, which occurred over the course of 9 days, were confirmed by Wayne Ibarra, the acting public information officer for the State Department of Law Enforcement. Keehee, who faces the most serious charges, worked in the airport division with Officer Gary when Horton was assigned to their detail. Mitamara and Turla were partners assigned to the Capital Central Division, where Horton first reported for duty. The department did not provide detailed explanations of the charges, but internal sources indicated the allegations are all related to racial harassment during shift briefings and other official police activities. Keehee, who was assigned to the airport division, allegedly put Horton's life at risk by ordering him to rush into traffic at Daniel K. Inouye International Airport to stop a moving vehicle while on foot, violating safety policies. Go chase down that car, nigga. Man, I would have told him where to go right then and there. All that racial harassment and shit, that shit wouldn't have flied with me. The first day we got a problem. I'm not the one to put up with no bullshit. I don't care how bad I need the job. Man, you coming at me crazy on my first day, we definitely would have a problem. Man, don't start popping off about no black shit and I got a pistol on my hip. I'm just saying. Some dudes build a little different. Keehee was booked June 26th and released. The harassment charge each defendant faces is a misdemeanor. The department withheld the names of the 9 officers placed on leave while the department's criminal investigation division continues its probe. It's what we consider misconduct, said Jordan Lowe, Department of Law Enforcement Director, according to Hawaii News Now. The arrests were made as part of a separate criminal investigations, but are inextricably linked by the overarching culture of harassment within the department, report says. Horton, who came forward with his allegations, said his colleagues began targeting him shortly after his graduation from the academy last December, when he was assigned to the detail at the state capitol. He accused Turler, his supervisor, of making degrading remarks toward him during his first shift at the Capitol in December 2023. It was a sexual comment about my lips that he made not just once, but at least twice, Horton said. Bristling from the disrespect, Horton reported the incident to Sergeant Mitamaro, whose response shocked him even more. This guy harassing him, and he go to his sergeant to complain about that, and the sergeant take it even further. His comment to me was that you're nothing, you're no one, Horton said. It devalued me, and as a trainee, he was my sergeant. I accepted it. That's when me and you different, brother, because I wouldn't have accepted it. I would have told him where he can go. Horton, a disabled Navy veteran who grew up in Alabama and lived in Hawaii for 3 decades, said he remained silent about his concerns until the Criminal Investigations Division interviewed him in March about his experience so far at the Capitol. Turler was arrested June 18th and Mitamara was taken into custody June 25th. Both have since been placed on paid leave and stripped of their gun, badge, and police issue IDs. Horton said he was surprised by the intensity of the department's response, which has put him at odds with fellow officers, with Horton's family living in fear of retaliation. We know all too well how that blue line get down. He should be in fear for his safety. However, he continues to emphasize that he did the right thing by reporting the misconduct. I can't categorize it as being criminal, but as a subordinate, when something to that magnitude where someone is being degraded, they're being humiliated in the sense I felt like my rights were being violated, he told the station. A reasonable person, if placed in that situation, would have found it offensive, would have found it misogynistic, would have found it discriminatory, but the language that is used and the people who are targeting are either of a different ethnicity or gender, Horton said. Horton is currently being provided extra protection for him and his family. For me, that is a big issue now because I'm worried about my family, he said, his eyes welling up with tears. Nah, brother, don't start crying because they come at you even harder when they see a little weakness. Hawaii. Now, you don't hear cases like this every day coming out of Hawaii, but I'm not surprised. I just think that his brother did the right thing, though. I think he should immediately went to higher authorities. If the sergeant didn't want to do anything about it, he should have went to higher authorities. And when you make allegations like this and against police departments, there's always retaliation. It might not be immediate, but it always happens. And no matter what happens to this man, they will justify whatever happens. We've seen many stories like this where someone make allegations about a police department within the police department and something happens to that individual and it's ruled accidental or suicide or whatever spin they put on it. He definitely should take this serious and get protection for his family. What can you do in this situation? I don't think nothing's gonna happen to these officers. They'll get this little suspension, maybe get a citation on their record, and they just keep moving on. He definitely should try to take this matter to higher courts because many times these same police departments are allowed to investigate themselves and it's always no wrongdoing, or it's like I say, it's a little slap on the wrist, and they just keep doing the same things they're doing. I hope this brother is looking out for his family. First of all, you take these things serious when it involves the police department. But we see these stories a lot. And I just I don't know how some people could put up with this shit as far as they do. Like I say, man, it'll take one time for you to disrespect me like that. I don't know. Maybe some people just can tolerate a little more than others. I just don't play that shit, man. You coming to me crazy with some racist shit? I would have talked about you, your mama, your daddy, your brothers, your sisters, your granny, your grandfather. I would have talked about your whole damn family. And my probably would have been my last day. Ain't no probably. It definitely would have been my last day. But I definitely would have gave all them peace of mind, including that sergeant that told him he's nothing, he's no one. Your mama ain't nothing, bitch. Pardon my language. I just y'all already know. Y'all already know. Mm, that's my mindset. Nah, we don't play like that, buddy. You gonna talk to me like I'm less than a human? No, no. You might get a broken jaw or something. The second I hear something disrespectful come out of your mouth, you might get a broken jaw. Not provoking violence, just would be the proper reaction for me in that situation. Like what? Bink, lights out. My last day. And prosecute me for assault, whatever. But you gonna learn today, man. I talk a lot of shit when I do these uploads, but that's just me being me. I don't play that racist shit. I just don't. Something like that wouldn't bother me, but it's just a disrespect to me. You gonna openly disrespect me in my face and think it's not gonna be any consequences behind that disrespect? People always say how they respect the service from U.S. veterans. Well, here you have right here a veteran, and they don't give a damn about his service. I do think that he needs to find another department to serve under, because if these individuals remain at this department, it's not going to get any better for him. And matter of fact, by him exposing this incident with these officers with racism, if these officers remain in the police department, his safety will be at risk. We all know how they get down when you have an officer to file complaints on other officers. It's almost immediate retaliation. In many cases, the person that is making the complaints will end up mysteriously dying. We've heard many stories. We've heard many stories where officers exposing corruption or racism in the department. I want to bring up one perfect example of this. Christopher Dorner out in LA. We all know the story of Christopher Dorner, where you had this female officer abusing or brutalizing a suspect, and he reported the incident and received backlash behind that incident. And that's what set him off. This is a wicked system that these brothers in. I'll be sure to update anything new come from this case. Most definitely. Gonna close it out. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one.